you, everybody, for your patience. The elements, we're just wreaking a little havoc with our easels, but you know, it's a beautiful day. We're opening a beautiful property, and to begin this beautiful event, I would like to welcome Pastor Turner to the stage for an invocation, and we're all going to be super grateful after he speaks. Thank you.
Let us bow, dear eternal and all-knowing, wise creator of the universe. We thank you, dear Father and Mother and friend, for this consecrated hour at this renovated and remodeled and revolutionized place to be a beacon of light for this community, to be a place of peace and dwelling where happiness, where laughter, where memories are made. We thank you, Lord, for the leadership that brought this to pass. I pray that you bless every hand that touches the door, every feet that touches the floor, to feel your love, to feel your grace, and to receive your mercy. In your darling name we pray, praise, and ask it all. Amen.
Good morning to our constituents, public officials, leadership, and guests. My name is Gianna Frankie. I am the construction manager with the NHP Foundation. I have had the honor and pleasure of working with an amazing team of individuals overseeing the construction for this project. And I'm extremely excited about today and this pivotal moment we are witnessing with the completion of the terraces at Park Heights. The revitalization of Park Heights has been shaped by a strong and enduring partnership among state, city leaders, and the community development agencies, all united in a shared commitment to equitable inclusiveness, community-centered redevelopment, and the completion of the terraces at Park Heights represents a major milestone in this long-term vision. This vision is deeply aligned with the mission of the NHP Foundation. Under the leadership of Mr. Eric Price, who brings more than 30 years of experience in affordable housing, the NHP Foundation continues to advance initiatives that prioritize racial equity, sustainability, and community well-being. Mr. Price has been instrumental in shaping inclusive communities across the country, and his commitment is clearly reflected in this transformative project, such as the terraces at Park Heights. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Eric Price.
I feel like I should be accepting an award or something right now. I appreciate that. You can do that more often. We'll bring you in there. All right, good morning, everyone. Let me get this mic. Thank you for being here to mark an important milestone, the completion of the first building and what will become a transformative project, and it will contribute to the revitalization of Park Heights. This moment reflects years of vision, planning, and hard work. In 2019, NHPF and Henson Development were honored to be selected to the city's competitive RFP process to lead this redevelopment effort. Since then, we've remained focused on the long-term goal of bringing high-quality housing at a cost that's attainable. This progress would not be possible without the strength of our partnerships. We extend our sincere thanks to Dan and Dana Henson of the Henson Development Company for your trusted collaboration and leadership throughout this journey. We're also grateful to our elected officials for their tireless advocacy and continued support. Specifically, Governor Wes Moore, Mayor Brandon Scott. I just met Delegate Ruff, who's from this neighborhood. Thank you. Delegate Rosenberg and Senator Hayes for the future of Park Heights. This project would not be feasible without the critical funding provided by the state of Maryland and the city of Baltimore. And I can't say enough about the staff at both the state level and the city level. Hopefully they're here today because we work all across the nation, and they have done a tremendous job in bringing us together here, as well as some of these other projects that you see in this particular neighborhood. I'd like to give a special thanks to the Community Development Corporation, Park Heights Renaissance. Thank you very much for your unwavering commitment to the success of this development. Just want to make sure I didn't leave anybody else off here. At NHPF, we believe that housing is the foundation of strong communities. We're committed to building public-private partnerships to drive long-term change. Though the road hasn't always been easy, we have remained true to our commitment to the city and to the residents of Park Heights to help make this place where people want to live, grow, and thrive. With the first building now complete, we look ahead to what comes next, a 59-unit multifamily rental building, which will be right here, and more than 90 new for-sale single-family homes. These homes will create more opportunities for families to plant roots and build their futures here in Park Heights. I'd also like to recognize the NHPF team who have led this project with vision, determination, and unwavering dedication. Mansur Abdul Malik, Mansur standing right here. I should have saved you for last, I guess, so I kind of like that. Gabrielle Happy, Gabby. And Gianna Frankie, thank you so much. I'd also like to recognize for 15 years, our CEO, Dick Burns, who's here, is also a member of our board. I'd like to acknowledge Dick. And our board chair, Glenna Christian, who's also here, who made it here for today. I want to acknowledge them. Finally, we're gonna pause just to, before you came here today, we did a dedication to a colleague of ours. And I just want to pause to honor the legacy of Steve Green. Steve Green was the executive vice president and head of development, chief investment officer for the NHPF. And we lost Steve earlier this year. Steve was a proud son of Baltimore and a passionate advocate for equitable housing. His belief in the potential of this city and its people continues to inspire our work. He is one of the reasons we're standing here today. He's definitely the reason I'm standing here today. 6 years ago, Steve talked to me about some exciting project that he was looking at in the city of Baltimore. I was working with an investment company at the time, and he said, I think this would be something that would really interest you. And he brought me here. And so while he couldn't be here with us today in person, he's here with us in spirit. And so we want to acknowledge that. We're proud of what has been accomplished together, and even more of what is excited we're even more excited for what lies ahead. Now I'd like to welcome Dana Henson, Vice President and Principal of the Henson Development Company, as we show a special video of Dan Henson, who couldn't be here today, but has played such an important part in this development, as well as his work in the city of Baltimore. Thank you.
Working here in Park Heights for much longer than I think the term enterprise zones has been around. This is a solid commitment on the part of the city, the private sector, and local residents to rebuild this area, to create jobs where there are none. Working here in
Good morning. Thank you for that introduction, Eric, and for being such a great partner. I'm excited to share this day with my team as well as the NHP team. I'm so excited to have our family, friends, and the distinguished dignitaries that supported this project for years here to celebrate this beautiful day with us. I'm Dana Henson with the Henson Development Company, and I'm both humbled and honored to be here today with all of you to celebrate this magnificent project that started on September 19th, 2019, when we were announced as the winners of the RFP award for the 17.3 acres in Park Heights. Unfortunately, my father could not be here today as we divided and conquered for two celebrations. My nephew is graduating from college today in Virginia, and he could not miss that. So I am here today to represent us and also to celebrate our 25 years in business this year. So as he said, this project realizes the solid commitment on the part of the city, the private sector, and the local residents. He was both prophetic and committed in his interview, and this was over 30 years ago when he was about my age. Today is a celebration of legacy, of building, of growth, but most importantly, of community impact, collaboration, and partnerships. This project doesn't happen without a vision and without a commitment to working together. This is more than a development, it's a shared journey of restoration and reimagination in partnership with the community that has always been at the heart of everything that we do. It is with deep pride and unwavering purpose that I do this work in a community that has long been underserved, yet never without strength or promise. Every step I take is rooted in honoring the legacy of Park Heights, its history, its people, its spirit, while helping to shape a new chapter. So now that I got that out the way, I'm excited to welcome this next person. It is my absolute honor to introduce someone who truly embodies the spirit of visionary leadership, unwavering advocacy, and genuine partnership. For the past 5 years, this incredible individual has walked alongside the NHP Foundation and the Henson Development Company, not just as a supporter, but as a driving force, a thought partner, a champion for the Park Heights community. Through every phase of planning, building, and dreaming big, she has been there, helping to forge strategic partnerships, spark creative collaborations, and push forward economic development that is rooted in equity and opportunity. Her dedication has not wavered. Her belief in this neighborhood, in its people, and in its potential never faltered. Please join me in welcoming a true leader, a true visionary, a true advocate, and an irreplaceable partner and trailblazer in this community, our friend and loudest cheerleader, Yolanda Jiggets, CEO of Park Heights Renaissance.
Hello, everybody. Whew, she was really my hype woman, right? But good morning, welcome to Park Heights. Come on, y'all, welcome to Park Heights. Yes, today is a good day. And on behalf of Park Heights Renaissance, our board of directors and our staff, again, we welcome you here today in the Park Heights community. And I'm just Dana took most of my talking points about collaboration and partnership. But today, I'm just honored to be standing here with Mansour and Dana and their team to really, you hear this all the time about, oh, we're partners and, people are collaborating. This is really the essence of what I consider a great and an effective community public-private partnership. We are not turning dirt over in the ground, but we have been here, as Dana said, giving input, asking for expansion of vision. And y'all, look at that building. Doesn't that look good? Yes. So housing developments like the Terraces at Park Heights are just proof that thoughtful investments can transform communities. It's not only functional, but it's beautiful, it's sexy, and it really, as a child of Park Heights, it just reminds me of the design, particularly if you drive up Park Heights from Park Circle. I really appreciate keeping the integrity and design of the community and bringing it out in a new and exciting way. And these homes not only represent stability for residents that in turn supports education, public safety, and economic growth. We look at housing as somewhere where a new place for people to live, but it's also that milestone to economic growth and opportunities. And as of this moment in Park Heights, since 2020, partnership has been real here in Park Heights. We have now over 400 new units of affordable housing in Park Heights, and it's not stopping anytime soon. And at Park Heights Renaissance, our role is multifaceted. We consider ourselves one of the quarterbacks of this community, working hand in hand with residents, stakeholders, clergy, businesses, to really move the needle and accelerate the work that has been started. We hope that we've set a foundation that is deeply rooted in collaboration over competition. And you see that today. Developers are working together. People are sharing best practices. Community-based organizations are working together to drive impact in Park Heights. And today, I'm just filled with joy, not only for this project. We have a festival launching off at 1 o'clock today, y'all, right here in Park Heights, to continue to celebrate economic growth and economic development right here in Park Heights. And so in closing, I want to thank again the NHP Foundation and the Henson Development Company for believing in the future of Park Heights. They never were afraid. They never stopped talking to the community, and they held true to every commitment they said on Zoom meetings and community meetings. And I want to thank you both for really understanding that not only is success in building a nice new building and home, but they believe in the spirit of community benefit. Not only have they built this building, but they have been in this community. They are a major sponsor in our festival and have done a tremendous amount of work to work with the residents to better the community aside from this project. So I want to acknowledge them for that and thank them for everything that they've done and all that's to come. Turn it back over to Dana. Thank you guys for coming today.
Senator Van Hollen has long been a steadfast advocate for justice, equity, and opportunity for all Marylanders. Senator Van Hollen is a champion for inclusive policies that lift up our communities, particularly those that have been historically underserved. His commitment to equitable investment, education, and economic growth continues to make a real difference across our state. While Senator Van Hollen couldn't be with us in person today, he has sent a special citation to mark this important milestone, recognizing the significance of this project and the impact it will have on the lives of those it touches. Please join me in welcoming Jessica Clateman, representing Senator Chris Van Hollen's office. Eric. Can Eric and Mansur please join me up on the stage?
Thank you. While everyone joins on the stage, I want to send Senator Van Hollen's regrets. He loves this project and was so excited and wanted to make sure that I could be here today, and especially me, because I am from the general area. I was born in Sinai Hospital. I was raised right around here, so I couldn't be more personally thrilled. So thank you so much to everyone for having me today. So very brief, but so much more than something brief is deserved. I know this is not what we're here for. This citation is presented to the Terraces at Park Heights, which means all of you, on the occasion of its grand opening, in recognition of its dedication to providing beautiful, affordable, energy-efficient senior living apartments to the community, with appreciation for its focus on creating communal spaces, and with best wishes for its success, United States Senator Chris Van Hollen.
I know it's windy, but I'm enjoying the breeze. How are you feeling now? All right, so there is something powerful about loving what you do, especially when you are guided by a visionary leader who fosters a collaborative environment where every voice is heard and valued. A sister of mine often says, many hands make light work. And that spirit of shared purpose is what has brought us here today. At the forefront of this effort is Mr. Mansour Abdul Malik, whose unwavering commitment and passion has driven this project forward. Let me say that sentence one more time. Whose unwavering commitment and passion has driven this project forward. Under his leadership, the Terraces at Park Heights stands as a model of holistic development, blending affordable housing, sustainable design, and community-centered amenities. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Mansour Abdul Malik.
Good morning. Thank you very much for those kind words, Gianna. Personally, I don't think I deserve them. And the reason I say that is because this was not me. It was all the people in this room. Dana Henson, Henson Development Company, true partners. It's up till 1 o'clock in the morning this morning texting you. Literally. And I tried to text you back at 5 o'clock, that's right. Thank you. Thank you for being you, for being genuine, for looking at problems as opportunities and being willing to work through them with us. Let me go this way. Gianna, showing up at Home Depot to make sure that we had chairs, right? Thank you for everything that you've done and everything that you're doing. Gabrielle, everything that you've done is remarkable. This building would not be built if it were not for you. You started off as an intern from the University of Maryland and came here to build something remarkable. Thank you very much. Now, with that being said, thank you to all of you. Each one of you here, in some individual way, has supported this. From being the person that's willing to call in a favor, from being the person that's willing to hear us complain a little bit about some things, being able to move mountains when necessary, being able to even put the financial resources into a transaction when those financial resources might not have been available. You made this possible. Park Heights was the place where it needed to be, and it deserved to be. Let's be very clear about this. This neighborhood has been disinvested for far too long. Park Heights is here. It's not coming back. It's here today, right now. And this building is only the beginning. This building represents dedication, hope, resilience, hard work made manifest. This is what it looks like. But this is the beginning of it. More is to come. So with that being said, please, when you walk through this building, look at it as your house, because you were a part of it being built, every brick. Sincerely, thank you very much. So with that being said, this building would not be what it is if it not were for our state delegation. So I like to bring up, I don't see him here. I know he's here somewhere. There he is. Same color suit. A champion that has always fought for Park Heights and will continue to fight for Park Heights. He was here when this was dirt, and I said, I'm broke. I need some help. He came through. please join me in welcoming up Senator Antonio Hayes.
What is it? It's still morning. Good morning. When I thought we was in Park Heights, y'all act like we over across town. Good morning. Good morning. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. Mr. Board, this is like full circle for me. In 1998, almost over 25 years ago, is when I first started as an intern in Delegate Salima Saleh Marriott's office. And for many decades, Salima lived right over here on Homer Street. And she talked about what Park Heights has always meant to her. Homer Avenue, I'm sorry. But she talked about what Park Heights meant to her and her hopes of what Park Heights would be. And so it's awesome that we're here. And like Mansour said, congratulations, Mansour, Dana, and all of you all have put this together. But it's public-private partnerships like this that without everyone coming together and believing in a shared vision, that it wouldn't be possible. And so I've been very, very grateful. We're literally on a border of 2 legislative districts. And I see my colleagues, Delegate Rosenberg, as well as Delegate Malcolm Ruff here today. We've had the great fortune to work together and champion what is going to take place here. And there's more and more to come. I just wanted to stop by and say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be in partnership with you. Thank you for believing in a community that, as stated before, has seen so much disinvestment. But you are willing to roll up your sleeves and see a vision that we all hope that families will be attracted to in a thriving community. I see also our partners. I see Greg back there, who's a product of Park Heights, who works over at the Maryland Department of Housing Community Development. And without his help and financing, stand up, Greg, so people can see you real quick. Give him a quick wave. But again, this is a true partnership, and I'm so grateful to have an opportunity to be invited to be a part of this. Thank you all so much. You're going to hear from some other people. I'm going to turn it back over to Mansour and Dana here. Thank you all so very much.
Before I introduce the next person, is Major Saunders here? Did Major Saunders leave? Oh, she's coming. Okay. So while Major Saunders is making her way to the stage, a project like this is made up of many parts and many personalities and many people. One of which that we are proud to work with is our Baltimore City police officers. Major Saunders, if you can please. Thank you very much for your hard work and dedication. Our house is your house. With that being said, these are the keys to our house. Just like a neighbor, if I'm not here, I know they're gonna look out for me. We appreciate all the work you've done, all the work you will continue to do in looking after our seniors that are gonna be here. We hand these to you. Thank you very much. Next up, I think this man needs no introduction. He's been fighting in the state legislature for years in order to make sure that Park Heights is always great. Delegate Rosenberg, please.
Well, in light of that introduction, for years I would see Dan or any other member of the Henson Group and say, what do you need from us? What can we do with the state to move forward funding for what you want to do in Park Heights? And it was our pleasure, our honor, to assist in that manner. And I want to also recognize there was several iterations of delegations from the 41st District. Malcolm Ruff, Sean Stinnett, Dahlia Tarr, who is not here today, the senator, because this is her Sabbath, which she observes. Of course, Senator Joe Carter. We all work together, as everyone here has worked together to bring us to this day. The people in Woodland Gardens now have neighbors, or will soon have neighbors. And I want to thank CHI for its role in bringing people to this community. Thank you. The very first thing that we did with the slots money that came to Park Heights was to do a survey of the residents. And their number one priority was a new Pratt Library branch. That was the number one priority. And our next groundbreaking is going to be up the street a little bit, adjacent to the C.C. Jackson Rec Center, when later this year we break ground for the new Pratt Library branch in Park Heights. And 2 or 3 weeks ago at an Oriole game, I saw Carla Hayden. And I said to her, this is the status, we're going to do the groundbreaking sometime this fall. And she said, and I said to her, you're invited. And she said, I'll be there. Unfortunately, her schedule is much clearer now. And she would have been there as the librarian of the Congress, but she'll now be here as our former director of the Pratt, but still a resident of Baltimore City, when we break ground for a library branch that has been missing for too long and will complement the great work that we're celebrating today and in the years and months to come. Thank you for allowing us to be here today.
It is a true honor to welcome a dedicated public servant and advocate for Park Heights, Delegate Malcolm Ruff of the 41st District. As a proud representative of Baltimore City, and more specifically Park Heights, Delegate Ruff brings both vision and urgency to the work of transforming our communities. He has been a steadfast voice in Annapolis, fighting for policies that uplift the community. Please welcome Delegate Ruff.
Well, good morning, everybody. Is it still the morning time? Amen, amen. Well, I'm Delegate Malcolm Ruff. I am completely honored and beside myself to be here with you all, to look out on this very diverse crowd, this crowd that is here to be the foremost cheerleaders for my neighborhood, my hood, Park Heights. So as Delegate Rosenberg alluded to, we've had many iterations of the 41st District delegation, which is this way, as opposed to the 40th, which is that way. And so I'm one of the latecomers to supporting this project, but I'm not a latecomer to Park Heights. As the mayor knows, my brother, we grew up 10 blocks apart and were born 10 days apart, right down off of Cold Spring, and I was down on Keyworth and Cottage, also born in Sinai. But not only born, my children were all born in Sinai, my wife was born in Sinai, so I am Park Heights through and through. So the first thing I want to say, and I won't take too much time because I just feel honored to be even have a chance to speak. But first, I have to offer on behalf of the Gilman Alumni Association. I am a proud Gilman alum, and I want to offer to you guys, Steve Green was a Gilman alum. And I was asked by the Gilman Alumni Association to offer our condolences and also our best wishes and congratulations for his involvement in this project and his dedication to affordable housing. So give one up for Steve Green, y'all, an awesome Gilman alum. So we have so many wonderful pieces of Park Heights. One of them is the Langston Hughes Center, which is not too far from here. Langston Hughes was an amazing poet, and he wrote a poem that if you inserted the word Park Heights, it would go something like, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Life in Park Heights ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it, splinters in it, and boards torn up, places with no carpet on the floor, bare. And so what does that do to the psyche of a child growing up in Park Heights? Well, I'll tell you, for me, it actually was the subject matter of my law school application essays. Driving out of a dilapidated, vacant-ridden, drug-infested neighborhood across 83 to a tree-lined Leave It to Beaverland going to Gilman School. And thinking to myself, there was nothing inherent about me or the people that grew up around me that were in my neighborhood that caused them to deserve to be in that environment, and the vice versa of my colleagues and my classmates over at Gilman. Well, I want to say, as much as I'm excited about the transformative nature of what's inside this building for our elders, the most wise people that we have in our communities. Yes, give it up for our elders, our older adult community. I'm also extremely excited about the fact that just like when I was a little boy taking the M3 up to the 44 to get over to Gilman School, that the young people walking up and down Park Heights are gonna look up and see edifices and an environment that says, we care about you. That's what I'm excited about. So thank you all very much for your hard work and dedication to Park Heights. Let's keep going to bolder new heights.
All these tall people coming before me and everybody's mad at me. I'm just like, if they keep putting the microphone up in the air, I'm supposed to do, you know? Okay. It is always a special moment when we are joined by someone who not only serves this city with distinction, but who has consistently shown up for this community with heart, dedication, and vision. Councilwoman Sharon Green Middleton, Vice President of the Baltimore City Council, has been a longtime champion for Park Heights. Her leadership has been instrumental pushing forward the kind of progress and investment we are celebrating today. She has stood alongside the people of this neighborhood through every phase of transformation, and her unwavering support for both the Park Heights community and the work of the NHP Foundation and the Henson Development Company has helped make moments like this possible. Please join me in welcoming a true partner and friend to Park Heights, Councilwoman Sharon Green Middleton.
Wow, thank you so much, Dana. I'm just trying to figure out where to start. And first, I just want to thank NHP. Thank you, Henson Development. Thank you, our federal partners, our state partners. I'm just, I'm pretty overwhelmed right now. I want to stay, this morning, I just put together some key pieces of some things I just wanted to say from when I started on this journey, and it started in this community. I started on the council in 2007. And during my first campaign, I met with people in this community, leaders that are now gone. Someone mentioned Langston Hughes, the Resource Center. George Mitchell. We have people that I met and I sat in their homes for 2 or 3 hours just talking about this community and walking through the streets. And I remember when the dilapidated houses were here, the liquor stores that had murders inside. And I walked right here on Woodland Avenue. The very first walk that I took through 3 to 5 minutes in a liquor store, someone was murdered, and I witnessed that person on the floor in the liquor store. I knew at that moment that this community had to change. I knew that something had to change. And someone mentioned words like hope. Hope is here. This is a living example of hope. It's an example of partnerships, public and private partnerships. I'm just so overwhelmed. I want to stay on task of what I'm trying to say here. This community was a wake-up call personally to me, that things not just changes didn't have to happen, changes had to happen in this community. And in order for changes to happen in the entire Baltimore City, for me, it had to start in this community. And people mentioned the library. That was one of the main things that was on my mind. As a former educator, I knew we had to continue with the education process, working with Sandy Rosenberg, working with, our mayor here. Brandon is my 5th mayor. I'm starting my 19th year in this community. Brandon is my 5th mayor. We had a long-serving person, Ricky Spector, in this community, longest serving for 40 years, that just was inducted into the Jewish Hall of Fame. I listened to, there was a video that was taken that she did, and all of that focused again on partnerships and what it takes to bridge cultures together, what it takes to help people. All people want to do is just live comfortably in a community, go to school, grow together, work together. I'm proud to say that the Safe Streets program started in Park Heights. We Are Us started in Park Heights, and they're spreading throughout the community. And to actually see a developer give keys to the police department to come into a community and just walk in. This is what you call building relationships. And we have to keep this moving, not just in Park Heights, but within the entire city. People don't know this, but Brandon and I started 18 years ago. He was started in recreation and parks. And that's when I became the council person. We started in different paths, but every time we had a conversation, it led back to where he grew up, and that was in Park Heights. And look where he's the mayor now. I knew where I had to be, and I'm still here. I also want to give credit to Park Heights Renaissance. Park Heights Renaissance started basically when I started. And to finally have someone that's also circled back to this community, we kicked it off right away. Our conversations were right on task together, and thank you, Yolanda, for being the person that you are. All of this, everyone in here, you're here today because you care. You care about this community. You care about Baltimore City. And I can't say it enough. We have to continue to do this kind of stuff together. We're now at a state in this growth where we continue to have pushback in Baltimore, and if we don't stick together and continue to do things like this, we're not going to be successful. So let's continue these partnerships. Let's continue to work together. And I'm just really at awe. And Sandy had mentioned that library again. I'm telling you, that library is going to be the piece that's really going to put all the other pieces together. And before I close, I would be remiss if I did not talk about Miss Dana Henson for a minute. This is a woman of distinction, honored. She's such a wonderful person, organized. She has the love of this community. She has the love of her family, and herself, her father, her entire family are examples of how to continue a Black legacy. They are an example of everything wrapped up into one. And to also live in Park Heights. You know, you look at all these people, their heart is here, they stay here, and this is what is going to keep things growing. And then the last thing, our mayor, if you look around here, he's started with the rec centers. You know his passion for the rec centers, the community schools, the faith-based institutions, the hospitals and medical center. Don't forget Park West Medical Center. We just became a main street, the largest main street in the state of Maryland. Our wonderful Zeta Center opened when I started and is still thriving. Our older adults in this community it's a very large population, and we are the most thriving older adult center in the city as well. And look at what is getting ready to happen at Pimlico Racecourse. And we are celebrating our Spider Anderson Festival, the 4th year. So let's just keep this stuff going and let's cut this ribbon.
So today we're talking about the beautiful Terraces, the Terraces building, but today we stand on the threshold of yet another exciting chapter in the story of this community's transformation. It brings me great pride and joy to officially announce the next phase of our redevelopment efforts, a brand new 59-unit multifamily building that will bring more luxury, affordable housing to the heart of Park Heights. And this building will carry a name that honors greatness, a name that reminds us of the strength, legacy, and determination that lives here. We are proud to announce that this new building will be called The Anderson, named in honor of George Spider Anderson, a trailblazer, a legend, and a man who made history as the first African American to win the Preakness Stakes. His victory was not only a personal triumph, it was a symbol of excellence and the resilience in the face of adversity. Naming this building after him is more than a tribute, it's a declaration. It says to everyone who passes by or calls this place home, greatness has roots here. We are building more than just housing here. We, NHP and the Henson Development Company, are building legacy, pride, and opportunity. The Anderson will stand as a lasting symbol of the spirit of Park Heights and the bright future we are creating together. Contributions of African American jockeys and trainers to the sport have long been overlooked, but today that changes. I want to take this time to recognize Raymond Clay Jr. Mr. Clay? Mr. Clay, there he is, there he is. A Baltimore native and a horse trainer who has followed his passion for horse racing since the age of 14, where he got his start walking horses. He joined the racetrack and traveled around the country. Eventually, with the help of his brother, Robert Lee Clay, he was able to purchase his first racing horse, and from there he began a winning streak that many racetracks, including Pimlico, recognize. Although he is retired now at the age of 88, he now still has the tremendous love for horses and was most recently featured in the Kentucky Derby Museum exhibit honoring African Americans in horse industry. We are honored to have him here today with his family. You will all see him celebrated in the photographs curated by Joy Owens Interiors, Joy Owens and Veronica Owens, can you guys wave? Who are responsible for the incredible interior design of the Terraces and will also be working on the multifamily as well. Make sure you check out the common area photographs and the Jockey Club, where you'll see some vintage pictures there. And the coffee machine. Okay. Y'all don't understand. This coffee machine might have been more important than a lot of the things in the building, but you'll understand when you see it. Thank you, Mr. Clay, for your contributions and for coming here today to celebrate with us. All right, I'll introduce Allison. Yep. It really, the coffee machine is really it's a thing. It's a thing. It is a pleasure to welcome someone whose leadership has been vital to the progress we see unfolding here in Park Heights. Commissioner Alice Kennedy of the Baltimore City Department of Housing and Community Development is a passionate advocate for equitable development and strong, thriving neighborhoods. Her commitment to Park Heights has been evident at every step of this journey. She has worked tirelessly to ensure that the redevelopment efforts are community-centered, inclusive, and sustainable. Commissioner Kennedy understands that housing is more than just buildings. It's about people, dignity, and opportunity. We are grateful for her partnership and proud to have her and many of her team here with us today. Can I ask the DHCD staff, just stick your hands up? We're working together since 2019. Please join me in welcoming Commissioner Alice Kennedy.
Good day, everyone. It is an absolute glorious day to be in Park Heights. We have God to thank for this. This is just a wonderful day to be here. 16 years ago, I was talking about this with Councilwoman Middleton earlier. 16 years ago, I was walking the streets of Park Heights, going door to door, talking to homeowners, finding ways to give hope to the residents that are here and that are still here in Park Heights. And it was that hope that they had that they would be able to see a day when the investment, when the change was coming to Park Heights, when Park Heights would be elevated to what it deserved to be in terms of a community that was a whole community, a strong community, a community that was together and that had the vision to see the change that was occurring in our community. And we're here today celebrating that hope, that change, and that vision that is here. I want to thank a couple of different people while I'm up here. One, from the staff at DHCD, we would not be here today if it weren't for Stacy Freed, our executive advisor to the commissioner. Stacy has done an amazing job working with our development partners to make sure that this project, as well as the other projects, are moving along as fast as we possibly could make them. Also, I want to thank Yolanda Jiggets and the Park Heights Renaissance. as well as the board of Park Heights Renaissance. When it comes to this work at the city, this isn't us. This isn't about us. This isn't about me as housing commissioner. This isn't about the city and doing this work. This is about the community. And our community leaders and our community partners are an invaluable piece. We are part of just realizing your vision, the community's vision, the residents' vision for what they want to see happening. And to have a partner like Yolanda and a partner like the PHR board makes this work fun. It makes it interesting, but it also makes it fun. The other people that I'd like to thank right now and just recognize, and I know that they've been mentioned a couple of different times, Dana Henson and Mansour, you both, please. They are a dynamic duo. And not only do they bring a level of intention and a level of quality to the work that they do in Baltimore, but they also bring an understanding that they too are acting as stewards of the land. They are stewards of the land that this building is on, and they are helping to also realize the community vision. And they also take time out of their day to step up to the plate to help in so many other different ways, volunteering on the Inclusionary Housing Board or our tax credit working group or so many other things that take time out of the day. So I want to thank both of you for being extremely excellent partners as we look to transform Baltimore. We're here today celebrating bricks and mortar, and we are ribbon cutting on a beautiful building. This building is beautiful. Like this is a beautiful building. We are here celebrating bricks and mortar, but it really is about the people. It's about the humans, and it's about the people in Park Heights that call this place home, that will be born here, that will die here, and making this a better future for them all. So thank you, everyone. Congratulations to everybody in this room that has made this possible. And like I said, God has given us a glorious day to celebrate, and this is awesome, and it is a bold new heights. Thank you.
This project was funded largely through the COVID-19 pandemic. The American Rescue Plan Act put billions of dollars onto the streets, of which those funds were to go to many different things, one of which was to be able to stabilize housing. Housing is a right. Through the Mayor's Office of Recovery, this project is here today. So I'd like to invite up to say a few words, Acting Director Elizabeth Tatum.
Good morning, everyone. It is such an honor to be here. Me and baby are feeling the energy and maybe too much caffeine, but I think it's okay for today. Our office, the Mayor's Office of Recovery Programs, has the privilege of overseeing $641 million in funding awarded to Baltimore City. Since we started almost 4 years ago, $434 million and counting are on the ground. They have been spent, and they are in our communities. I want to say, yes. I want to speak just briefly to the overall scope of the ARPA housing investment. Housing represents 1/3 of the total ARPA allocation. Mayor Scott has committed $192.5 million to projects to build affordable housing, stabilize and renovate vacants, house and serve people experiencing homelessness, prevent eviction, and help seniors and other legacy residents renovate and stay in their homes. And to share just one part of the impact of these ARPA housing funds, we are supporting the creation of 2,397 affordable housing units across grants to city agencies and nonprofit partners. Collectively, this will benefit thousands of families in the years to come. I want to just acknowledge that this 100-unit building is supported with $7 million of ARPA funding, which is part of an overall $13 million investment in Park Heights redevelopment. Yes. I'll say a few thank yous. Thank you to Mayor Scott for his vision for the use of ARPA funds and for his commitment to doing things in the right way, and also for showing us how men should care for their children, and even at important functions, following his little baby around. Thank you to Commissioner Kennedy and her team at DHCD. Thank you to Patrick Williams, the project manager in our office. And thank you to Shemaya Kearney, who is not here today. She was our inaugural Chief Recovery Officer, now Deputy City Administrator. She really set the narrative and the tone and the standard of excellence for our office. I am here just as the relief pitcher. And finally, I want to recognize the community and the residents in the Park Heights neighborhood who contributed to this effort. You were here long before anyone thought about ARPA funds, and you will be here long afterwards. So may these beautiful homes and community spaces bring you great joy, security, and connection in the years to come. Thank you.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about legacy, community, and along those lines of honoring the legacy of Park Heights, it's my honor to introduce a leader whose story is deeply rooted in the very fabric of this community. It's Mayor Brandon Scott. He is not just the mayor of Baltimore City, he is a son of Park Heights. He grew up walking these streets, seeing firsthand both the promise and the challenges that exist here. Today, his presence at this ribbon cutting is more than symbolic. It is a powerful reminder of his unwavering commitment to the neighborhood that helped shape him. Mayor Scott's leadership is guided by a vision of equity, opportunity, and investment in communities that have too often been overlooked. Under Mayor Scott's leadership, the city's commitment to this transformative project is clear, with over $13 million in public funding to make it a reality. That includes $7.5 million in ARPA funds to support the vertical construction of the building, $4.7 million in additional ARPA funds for essential infrastructure, including utilities, grading, stormwater systems, and the construction of new curbs, gutters, and sidewalks. And Charm is like, I'm over it. $960,000 from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund to ensure deeply affordable units for households earning below 30% of area median income. Please join me in welcoming someone who not only leads this city, but also carries the spirit of Park Heights with him in every room he enters, Mayor Brandon Scott.
Who says you can't go home again? I just want to check something real quick. Is Park Heights in the building this afternoon? Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Mansour. Thank you, everybody. Today is special for me. Very special. Not just because I have my lovely wife and our 3 kids with me, but everyone knows that I am Park Heights to the core. I'm so Park Heights that I rented videos at Earl's Video down the street. My picture hung up in Baines as an academic student. That's Stop, Shop, and Save for everybody that's not from Park Heights, right? I shopped at Burry's Video, Tyrone's Chicken, 7-Eleven, and Luskin's. and Cinderella. That's right. That's where I got my book bags from. But this is special to me because my family came to Park Heights in the 70s. And as Derek and many folks know, if you look to my left, your right, out that window, that is my family's house. So when you think about this project and this block and this neighborhood, it's real special to me. Because it's different when you've lived through it. It's different when you've lost friends on these blocks. It's different when you remember when people lived in the house and then remember when the house was vacant. It's different when Derek and Malcolm, when, we grew up in a neighborhood where on the third Saturday in May, our neighborhood was the center of the world. And every other day, we weren't even treated as human. I'm sorry, Charm, you can't talk today. But this is a story of a neighborhood that never gave up, that stayed committed, would not put up with being ignored. Councilwoman Middleton, thank you for your great leadership, and came together to do what they say couldn't be done. They used to call it, Derek, what did they call it? It was the Park Heights Master's Plan. That's what they used to call it in the neighborhood. It'll never happen, Miss Rideout. And I can only think about how proud Mr. Oscar Cobbs is today. I can only think about how my cousin Brute is today, how proud he is today. Those folks who fought in this neighborhood when people were afraid to come to Park Heights. And a few months ago, we were having this celebration for Carmelo Anthony, and his brother and cousin said to me, Mr. Mayor, I want to tell you something. And I said, what's that? They said, you can tell a lot about a man on how he treats where he comes from. We drove down Park Heights to get here, and we had no idea we were in Park Heights. So yes, we're always, as long as I'm here in this blood in my body, going to invest in this neighborhood. Because it's not just where I'm from, it's me. But also, you cannot tell the story of Baltimore without the story of Park Heights. So for all of those who came before us, who worked to get us to this point, who toiled and got these houses built, for every public servant, for Dana, the Henson family, NHP, Mansour, everybody, thank you. Because we are all showing the world and showing Baltimore that this thing, Sharon, that they said was a dream is real and in action. So I just came here to say congratulations to us all, and that there is a bold new heights, and we haven't even reached our highest heights. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations.
So we talked a lot about public-private partnerships and what it takes to make those types of things happen. And in order to make a project like this and what will perpetuate through the rest of the development of the 17.3 acres, you need a lot of money. And you need a lot of friends to get a lot of money to do the things that you need to do. And so that is why this project is so amazing, because we had city, state, community partners all involved, contributing their resources to make some of the amazing things happen at this building. And so, NHP Foundation and the Henson Development Company, we focus on what I call affordable luxury affordable housing. And when we came together as a team, we realized that we were totally in sync when it came to that we wanted to put everything into this building that you could possibly think of. So we apologize for running a little bit long, but we have some amazing things to announce. A lot of times on these projects, I can promise you that we are down to the wire with, we're running out of money, or we ran out of money, and we're trying to figure out how to get it done. and Joy Owens Interiors, she figures it out and always makes our buildings beautiful. But on this building, we actually had additional resources to do a lot of firsts. Firsts that you will see today, like solar carports. The first in Baltimore City for our seniors. You'll see the butterfly system. When people come to visit the seniors, they will be able to see on the video who is visiting them, right? And a lot of other amazing things that we'll get to. So really quickly, we want to announce 3 major things today before we get to the piece de resistance, which is our governor. So let's bring up, you guys got it. Okay, go ahead. Make your space.
So, last year, Governor Moore, you passed the Enough Act in order to fight childhood poverty. With that being said, one of the things that we did with this building, we did not underwrite the commercial income here because we did not want to be forced to have whatever retailer possible to get in here just to pay the rent. That's not what we're looking to do. So instead, that space wanted to be what the community wanted. Using the Enough grant, we're here to introduce a brand new maker space. This is going to be, come on up here, Yolanda, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. This makerspace is going to be a place where not just the folks that live in this building, but the folks of this community will be able to come and be able to make things from textiles to technology right here in Park Heights. It'll have 3D printers. It's going to have sewing machines. It's going to be staffed in order to make sure that you are greeted at the door and that you have instructions in order to help you make what you want to make. It will be built in Baltimore, and it starts here. Next up. Oh, picture. Uh-oh, picture again. Thank you.
Okay, and it doesn't stop there. We have a couple more announcements. So when we realized that the impact of the redevelopment that we were doing here with having control of the 17.3 acres and also the 4800 block, the 4600 block as well for future development, we decided that we wanted to brand our community with a name. And so today we will be announcing the name that we developed with community input. So we did a complete community process where they all weighed in, gave us their input on what they felt about the community, they felt about Park Heights to come up with a name. And so today we are pleased to announce the name of the redevelopment area that we have control over as Cloverbrook Green. And I'm going to let Mansur explain what Cloverbrook stands for and the green.
Thank you, Dana. Cloverbrook was the first horse that was born in Maryland and won the Preakness. The green part of this is symbolic of not just the green features here. So this building is environmentally sustainable so that in the event there's a weather event, our seniors will still have air conditioning. We're contributing to making sure that we're saving the bay with stormwater management. And that goes beyond this, even into the back development, which we're going to announce in a second. Cloverbrook Green also signifies the fact that the rest of this development is being de-densified in order for us to be able to give folks the ability to have a front yard and backyard, right? You will have a standalone house that you will be able to buy here in Park Heights. What's the next thing we got, Ms. Dana? Like we're on a game show.
The first single-family, detached, new construction homes will be coming to Park Heights. Yes, and we will be having the groundbreaking hopefully in the fall. In the fall, 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 Eric, can you join me on stage, please? Today is a moment of pride, purpose, and profound gratitude here in Park Heights. It is not every day that we have the honor of welcoming the governor of our great state, but not just any governor. We are joined by a leader who has inspired Maryland and the nation with a bold vision, a deep sense of purpose, and an unshakable belief in the power of community. Governor Moore's presence here today is a testament to more than just a scheduled appearance. It is a powerful symbol of his and the state of Maryland's true investment in Park Heights. His presence here speaks loudly that Park Heights matters. Its future matters, and the people who call it home matter. Under his leadership and through the dedicated efforts of Secretary Jake Day and Assistant Secretary Greg Ayer, the state has made strategic and meaningful commitments to the redevelopment of this community, commitments that go beyond the brick and mortar to honor the dignity, stability, and future of the residents who call Park Heights home. We are deeply honored that Governor Moore and Maryland's First Lady Dawn Moore took the time to be here with us today. We know how valuable and full your schedules are, which makes your presence today even more meaningful. It speaks volumes about your belief in this project, your belief in this community, and your belief in the promise of Park Heights. Governor Moore, thank you for showing up, for investing your vision, and for standing with us as we open this new chapter together. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome the 63rd Governor of the state of Maryland, Wes Moore.
What's going on, Park Heights? What's going on, Baltimore? Listen, this is so exciting, and this is so humbling. And first, I have to say that on behalf of myself and also just my entire family, our state's amazing First Lady, Dawn Moore, and our son, who is our son James, who's our youngest, but is almost as tall as me. So, but he always knows who the big dog is. How as he looks at me and goes, "Stop." How exciting it is for us to be here and to be home in Baltimore. I cannot say enough first about the leadership of Dana and Mansour and Eric and this amazing team and what you have brought to bear. We are not here without you. The push, the vision, everything you've continued to do for each and every one of us. And I remember in our earliest days of this administration, we were very clear that this was going to be Maryland's decade. This was going to be a time we were just going to think differently. We were going to move differently. We were going to move faster. But in order for this to be Maryland's decade, it's got to be Baltimore's time. It's got to be the time. And when people say, well, of course you'd say that, you're a Baltimorean, I said, I'm not saying that because I'm a homer. I say it because I'm very good at math. It's our state's largest city. It is the home and the home base of some of our state's greatest assets. It's the place that so much of Maryland's pride and joy lives here, grows here, works here, thrives here. And so this is not just a good day for Park Heights. This is not just a good day for Baltimore City. This is a great day for the state of Maryland. And one of the things I love about this and love about all the momentum that we are seeing in Baltimore, it's not just the what, right? We can go through the laundry list of things that are happening in Baltimore right now. Everything around economic mobility to public safety to transportation, a collection of things that are happening here. But it's not just the what, it's the how. And the how is that we've chosen to do something really unique in Baltimore and the state of Maryland. We've chosen to work together. We've chosen to understand everybody's value inside of this conversation. And I want to give a shout out, and I think he's over there with Charm over there right now. I want to give a shout out to my guy, Mayor Brandon Scott, for being such a remarkable leader and partner inside this work. And, you know, and I'm grateful for the fact that, you know, we share a lot of common is that, you know, we understand that this work and this business, this is people first business. This is being able to have a vision and be able to invest and work collectively. But also one of the things I love about him is not just the dad that he is, but also the husband that he is. And we both understand the value of having the baddest first ladies around. So to our First Lady of Baltimore, both Mayor Scott and I are very clear where our power comes from. We're thankful for the fact that we know we could not do this without also our partners in the Baltimore City Council, who I want to give a shout out to for all their remarkable leadership. But also the amazing Baltimore delegation that we have here, our senators and our delegates, the legislative partners that we have in the city of Baltimore, who continue to advocate in Annapolis and beyond. That we're not here without our nonprofit partners. And let me tell you something, Yolanda, let me tell you something, you are not gonna find a more fierce advocate for Park Heights than Yolanda Giddens, I'm telling you. But all of our nonprofit partners here, the people who understand that you don't just have to be a part of the conversation, you have to help lead the conversation. And while we're so excited, by the way, to see this beautiful unveiling of Art with a Heart, and Randy, just want to say how amazing this is and what a gift this is, that we're not here without our private sector partners. And the business community also has an important place, not just at the table, but helping to make sure that their voices are heard in this. This does not happen without the important private sector partners and the business community who've said we are going to invest in Park Heights and we are going to invest in our people. That this does not happen without our community activists who made sure that, as is the slogan, nothing about us without us, and you have to be involved in this conversation as well. That this is the community. This is everybody. Because that's exactly what is required. Everybody. Nothing gets done unless everybody knows that they have an important seat at this table. And so when we're seeing the kind of work that is happening, when we're seeing the kind of investments that are being made, this happens because we're all here. This is a celebration of what the work looks like and what's required. And so I am very grateful that for our administration, when we said we were going to make sure we're investing in Park Heights and we're going to invest in Baltimore, we meant that. When we made Maryland the first state in the country that now has a state-led, place-based investment strategy to end this scourge of childhood poverty all across our state. And we made investments to say we now have 27 communities, urban, rural, and suburban, all across the state of Maryland, that we worked in partnership with the General Assembly to make sure that this was going to be a community-led investment. One of the first investments that was made was to Park Heights, who received a $3 million grant from the Enough Act. When we said collectively that this was going to be an administration that was going to focus on housing, because one of the greatest and one of the fastest ways of creating generational wealth is housing. Housing. That we said we were going to work, and I'm so thankful for all of our amazing team members at DHCD under the leadership of Secretary Jake Day, where we have, for this specific project alone, there's a $28 million investment in this project, and since inauguration, there have been over $75 million invested in housing in Park Heights alone. This is Maryland's decade. This is Maryland's decade. This is Maryland's decade. But in order for it to be Maryland's decade, it's got to be Baltimore's time. And I want to say this too before I sit down. I know y'all like, sit down, but nah, man, we got some good news to announce. I want to say how beautiful this is to look out and see all these kids. All the kids. Because this is for you. This is for your hopes and for your dreams. This is for you to remember that there are no limitations on your aspirations. This is for you to know that success does not have to mean leaving your community, but success can mean returning and investing in your community. This is for you to always remember a simple rule. You are never in a room that you do not belong in. You are never in a room because of someone's benevolence. You are never in a room because of someone's kindness. You are never in a room because of someone's social experiment. You are never in a room because someone wanted to sprinkle diversity into the room. You are never in a room because someone feels bad for you. You are in that room because you belong there, and you are in that room because the room was incomplete until you showed up. So to everybody here, to all of our children, to all of our leaders, this is the time for action. This is the time we invest. This is the time we build. This is the time we win. Because this will be the time that we will create a community and a city and a state that those who came before us hope for, and those who come after us that they deserve. So God bless you. God bless Park Heights. Thank you for everything you are doing, and let's keep winning, Baltimore.